clearly we're so happy. TJ Haas is going to have a baby right now. Think about that. You know, he's literally going to roll out to the hospital, and they're going to have this baby in the wee hours of the morning or tomorrow. And I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy for this Yoli Childs. He was playing with a. You know, there's a moment where we weren't sure if he was going to be able to go today, and he just gutted it out and played through it. And I'm so happy for this Jake Toulson. You know, it was he was terrified, and I was terrified, and we heard the only thing we heard from the medical staff there was maybe some conversation about a tibia or whatever, and it really scared us. And then miraculously, he rolls back out, and it gave the team a huge lift when he ran back into the huddle, and just down the line, this Conor Harding, unbelievable star tonight. What a star this Conor Harding was, and with all that said, this St. Mary's team, man, this Randy is he's one of the coaches that I admire the most with what he gets out of his team. And it's just amazing. And then you look at what he's done, and it's just beyond believable what he's accomplished at St. Mary's. And his team plays hard, and they're tough. And you know, I mean, you have a show like Malik Fitz put on. It's really an unsolvable riddle. We tried about 5 different things trying to slow him down, and it was hard. So I'm rambling right now because I'm so happy. So I will stop without cleaning that up and let you guys ask me some questions.
Obviously, TJ Haas with a big performance tonight, but what do you say about Zach Selders, who brought down that defensive rebound and then that game?
You know, we've talked a lot about Zach. I'm just feel so happy for these guys. They have been fighting for this for a long time, wanting it, and they you know, I mean, it's hard to say. The standard here is so high, right? So they've won a lot of games here, but they have, you know, they've been frustrated in being able to kind of get to where they want to go at the end of the day. And you're just seeing these. I was so excited about the building tonight. I was so excited. So I actually took some time walking in the building, which I never do, and it looked like the student section was full up to the rafters. And there was great energy in the building. And the reason I was happy for everybody that came, because genuinely they get to see these young men that are fighting with, it might not be beautiful all the time, but they're fighting with every bit of their heart and soul and guts, and you can't walk out of the building not inspired. You just can't. So I'm just happy that everyone came and got to see it. And this Zach Selders epitomizes that kind of fighting, competitive spirit where just do whatever it needs to be, and it was appropriate that he made the plays. Think about this Zach Selders as a freshman. Who would have thought that you would be subbing him in as the defensive stopper in a huge game in the waning seconds of a game, and that he would actually get it done? And that's how the beautiful thing about watching these players grow.
You talk about seniors doing magical things. I mean, where does this moment with Teach kind of stack in terms of the magic you've seen this season from this group?
Yeah, it's you know, I was just leaving the locker room, and I just told Yoeli, I'm like, hey, this is why you came back, right? And you get to experience things as a senior that are just different. They are. And we all, I mean, you guys said it to me, I said to you, seniors are magic. And they just have so much invested. And they're so ready. And, I mean, come on, what a great shot. I'm so happy for Teach. So, I mean, I can relate a little bit of the experience. I had one of the best games I ever had at home, Milwaukee Bucks playing against the New York Knicks, and I knew that we were going the next morning to Induce because we had 3 days off. And it was one of the most fun basketball experiences I ever had. It's such a rush, and then you're about to go do like the most epic thing that you'll ever do in your life, and I'm just happy for him. I mean, wow, what a fun way to be able to roll in there. And I'm excited to recruit this child because this child in the womb has witnessed some really fun things. It's going to be ready to go.
Was that what you wanted? Is that what you grew up to get?
Well, we got pretty stubborn. We got pretty stubborn with the it's a pitch wildcat, and we ran it I think 4 times probably in the last 5 minutes of the game. And TJ was just doing such a good job getting downhill, and their ball screen coverage is interesting. We actually call it a St. Mary's cover. I call it a St. Mary's cover for the last like 6 years because they're there at the point of the screen, but they're in a full retreat. So the big is there to receive the ball, but he's also in a full retreat to kind of take the roll. And so you're playing this downhill game. And so the 2 lobs that you saw Yoli get were the exact same action. And they refused to give up Jake on the snap, so Jake is coming across. It's kind of a disoriented action where the tag gets really hard because the only guy left to tag is the guy who just made the handoff, and it's Jake Toolson. And Tej was doing a great job getting downhill. We turned it over one time, but otherwise it was good. And I actually, when he pulled up for 3, I was, I was a little surprised, but I'm sure grateful he did it. Players are way smarter than coaches, no doubt about it.
How'd you feel about the defensive effort tonight?
Man, you know what? I don't even want to. This is what I want to. Like, first of all, this Malik Fitz. He put on a show tonight. Like, he was really special, and he's 11 for 15, and he's 4 for 6 from the 3, and so much of it was just all isolation, and he's really talented. He's a tough guard. So I'm going to wrap the defensive effort in tonight with our fight. I would give our fight 100. I would give our resilience 100%. You can't beat this team unless you are ready to fight and compete through all the good moments and bad moments. So that's a way for me to dodge the question a little bit.
Coach, Jordan Ford had like 13 points in the first 3 minutes. And
My
then
gosh.
It seemed like BYU, the team really shut him down. What can you say about Barcelo and Harding? It seemed like they had the assignment a lot.
Well, listen, I haven't even looked at Conor Harding's line yet. 2 for 3. He's got 5 points, 4 rebounds in 22 minutes. 1 assist, 0 turnovers. And truly, if you put Conor Harding in the headline tomorrow in the paper as the guy that won us the game, you're probably telling the truth. Like, you're probably being true. Because we couldn't stop either guy. And then Conor just came in, and unfortunately, there's not 2 of him, so we could only take 1 guy at a time. But the defensive plays he made down the stretch with Fitz were huge. They were big time. We couldn't get any stops. Then he gets a couple stops and turnovers. And he was chasing Jordan Ford all night long, and he was really special tonight. He's tough. I think you guys probably remember the first day I sat down when I got here, took the job, and it was maybe a day later, 2 days later, I had interviews with each of the guys, one-on-one, like half-an-hour interviews. And I sat down with Conor Harding, and everyone was kind of just trying to feel it out, and we had no idea what the roster was going to be. And I sat down with this Conor Harding. He was one of the last guys in the day. It was dark outside, so it was later in the evening, and he told me. He was like, I just want to win. He's just like, I just want everyone to be fully invested. I just want to win. I don't care what that means. I don't care what I have to do. And I left that interview. I was like, okay, we're going to be okay. If we can get kids in here that it means that much to wear this jersey, we're going to be okay. And he won us a huge game tonight against a great team and an incredibly well-coached team.
Getting a win against a great team, what statement does this send to the selection committee by the team?
I don't know. I mean, we're just trying to play as good as we can. I hope that, I think it probably, I don't know if it helps us metric-wise or what. I think it helps us in the conference. Like, it leaves us in a place where we're still in a place to fight in this conference, which gets me really excited. And we protected home court, which is so important. And we're so great. And the flip side of all these people here, me being happy for them, we're really grateful for them because they had a huge part in us winning this game, man. Our crowd had a huge part in us winning this game. 15,212 people. If I had time tonight, I would write each one of them a handwritten thank you note. But I'm a slow writer.
Mark, if you could use one word to describe this team, what would it be?
Well, tonight the word that we used after the game was belief. So at the heart of athletics is faith. It is 100% at the heart of athletics. It is like the thing you build yourself on as an athlete. You believe in your teammates. You have faith in them. You have faith in your system and your staff. You have faith in the work that you put in every single day. Because you put all that work in and you cannot get results. And a lot of times you feel like you're not getting results. And you have to have faith in like sticking with it every single day despite the setbacks. And so that was the word we talked about today in the locker room was belief. And you ask me tomorrow, I'll give you a different one.
Anything else?
Hey, thank you guys for being here. It's a great day to be a Cougar, huh?